Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chris Murray, and I'm here to talk about what I've written in my annotated bibliography, and it was over financial literacy. And I have a doc written, and I basically scripted out what I wanted to say in this blog post. And I want to talk about something that's very important, and it's financial literacy. And it's a lot of information that I thought it would be very good to share just because I'm dealing with a lot right now, as in financial. And reasons I say that, it's good ways I'm dealing with it. I play Auburn football. I play football for Auburn, and NIL just became a thing, and I'm making good amount of money, but I'm just in the winds of what to do and how to do, and I'm just moving all over the place, and that's why I chose to do this topic. And for my core problem, the first thing I want to talk about, the main issue I noticed right away, is most students who graduate without knowing how to manage their money, like graduating high school. Oh my goodness, when I went to college my freshman year, I've never received a FAFSA before in my life. So, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but I was receiving like 3,000 in FAFSA. That 3,000 was gone in like 2 seconds. If I'm being completely honest, it was gone. And that's one thing I noticed, and also how credit works. I'm just now like starting to figure out how to actually build my credit and figure out how to maneuver and do, and how does credit work, and how does credit benefits us, and just a lot of things. I'm just figuring that out, how to budget and how to avoid being in debt, because I know a lot of people who just like go to college and need loans and a lot of needs, so that's one core problem that I figured out. And like, it might not be a big deal to like the sophomores in high school, the younger kids like growing up, but as time comes and you're in debt and you're becoming an adult, a strong adult, you'll understand that these problems were actually severe, that we needed to like focus and pay more attention on. And it's just the small things like how to budget. Like as a kid, like, we can go to the store, go to the mall, get a couple shoes, and mom pays the bills. But when you actually get older and you have to pay bills, how are you budgeting? How are you financing your money and making your money help you in doing the right things with your money? So, and that's when I was looking into, when I wanted to write my annotated bibliography over, I was looking into something that would make me like, I'm also learning throughout this process. So like, I don't want to do something that I kind of somewhat know, because I know like a little bit about credit, but the financial literacy part of things, like, I'm still trying to learn, still trying to catch up on, still trying to understand it. So, sorry, I'm out of breath. My very first source I used in a research article. Sorry, my very first source I used a research article, The Economic Importance of Financial Literacy, Theory and Evidence. And it was written by Anna Maria Lusardi and Olivia Mitchell. And they're both respected publishers in the journal of economic literacy. And their research is trustworthy. They explain that people who learn about money earlier are better at saving, budgeting, and avoiding debt. They show that financial knowledge doesn't just help you personally, it helps the economy too, because people make smarter financial decisions. And what I put right here, the article helped me understand that this isn't just a school issue, it's a national problem. Reasons I say that is just because a lot of people, regardless if you're going to school or not, financial, like, is a part of everybody's life. Besides the babies, but financial is like, you have to be financially responsible for a lot of things. Like when I was in high school, and this is on me, my mother gave me like $20, and I had the rest of my money to get my cap and gown. And I don't remember what I did, but I bought some shoes for my graduation, and I also didn't get my cap and gown. I was young, but it just made me realize that it's just not a school issue. It's going on everywhere. And my takeaways from my annotated bibliography was, School doesn't prepare us for life, for real life. If we were taught a financial literacy in school, I'm from Texas, so if I was taught this in high school, I would have maneuvered a lot differently when I enter college. Just like, don't blow my FAFSA on the stupidest things like going to get $1,000 t-shirt. That t-shirt didn't help me keep my lights on. I was in a dorm, but as of right now, it would not, $1,000 t-shirt would not do nothing but would not benefit me, but do nothing but hurt me. And I just feel like growing up, I didn't really have much anyways, but it's just learning the process of how financial things work. I want to enter the real world because I'm not going home to mom and dad. I'm going to a dorm where I'm learning to become a grown man, like a grown adult. And two, financial literacy helps avoid a lot of stress later. That was a good one for me because I learned that, like, when I got out of college, I was at Texas Christian at first. When I got out of college and I wasn't receiving a stipend, a monthly stipend, and a lot of things, I was only out of college for one semester. I learned that if I would have saved my money and I was out that whole semester, I would have been so stress-free that semester. Not stress-free, but like I would have had more off my chest because I have a little more cash to do this and this, to just do things, you know? I didn't have enough money to do anything. So learning how to budget is like one of the biggest things possible because like it's so hard to just say, yeah, I'm just gonna let these thousands sit here and I like this shirt over here. So, and one of the third takeaways I got was the earlier you learn it, the better. And then, yes, I put it on here. I also thought it was interesting that even adults struggle with money because they were never taught these skills. That makes me think that schools have a big chance to stop the cycle early by starting it in high school. Like, even adults have problem with financial things. Learning how to save money, like learning how to budget, learning how to do certain things. And if we learn early, like early in school, help our like children, when I get children, help my children learn these type of things, like credit, that's a big thing. You got like keeping up on payments, just doing things. That's a big thing to learn if you were learning this early. And there are different opinions in this conversation. Some people think it's a family job to teach kids about money because some people do. And then others say it's not realistic to expect all parents to have the right knowledge to teach this. And that's where I go from teaching this in high school because some parents, like if I was to have a child now asking me about financial things, I would still be 50-50 on certain things. I would be like, son or daughter, honestly, we can figure it out together, but honestly, I don't know half of the questions that you're asking, you know, so it's, I don't know, it's a lot. And then I put my perspective right now, I'm leaning towards the thesis. High school should require a financial literacy class because they prepare students for the real world challenges and help prevent long-term financial problems. And basically back home to what I've been talking about, I feel like it's easier to, if I was sat down in class and like had to quiz over this, had to write exams over this, just do simple things over this, my knowledge of it would be way more crisp than it is now. I'm not saying I'll be the professor of financial, no, I just would know a little bit more than I do now, or just know how to help myself in the future long run. And my closing sentence I put, so this is what I made in my research. I just learned a lot from this one source. Yes, like how to build credit and how to move forward. And I think it's a conversation that matters for all of us. Whether we go to college, start working a job, or do both, we all have to deal with money. And that goes back to what I said earlier in this video. So I thank you for watching this, and I hope you think about financial literacy in a new way and learning how to help our future, help our generations learn more about financial literacy and having to break the cycle instead of nobody having any money, and just learning more about financial things. And that's what I'm still doing today. Thank you.